Wi-Fi. It's a Dusty Boat 687, and it's all lowercase.
Okay, if you could get me some napkins and
Yep.
and what thing is it? Should
2G, I think, might be the 2G.
oh, the 2G.
I think.
Could you tap it in for me? I don't have my glasses and. Such a nice lunch.
Surprised we have the weather we have right now.
We're gonna have it for a while,
Yeah.
which is okay. As long as we keep getting a little rain at night.
Yep, I think it worked.
Okay, thanks, bud.
So, it's just so warm, compared to last year anyway.
Right. Well, I'm up for it. Thanks, buddy. What's your name?
Jared?
Thank you, Jared.
Yes, sir. No worries.
Yep.
What's your name, sir?
Al.
Al? All right, nice to meet you, Al.
Mm-hmm. Did you grow up here?
Yes, sir. Well, since I was 10 years old, I've been here. And
Did you go to Little Milligan School?
No, I went to Doe Elementary and then Johnson County High School. Yeah. And I went to Mountain City a little bit when my parents were living in Mountain City, but they bought a place in up in Sinks about 25 years ago or something like that. And then back in 2015, I bought a place in Sinks too. So I got it was my old friend's house that used to live there.
Well, that's nice.
So it's kind of cool to buy. Where I used to hang out as a kid all the time.
Yeah, down in the basement playing video games.
Yeah. Well, no, we went out. We played outside. I don't play video games.
Oh, that's good.
We played outside, shoot BB guns, and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Rode bikes, fished.
Yep.
So I like doing.
Kid stuff.
Yeah, real stuff.
Let's just get a closer look.
5 immersive worlds.
Get the QuickBooks mobile app. Simply snap photos of receipts, tap, and sort transactions.
With your higher mission, even when you are not actively trying to influence others, your energy has a profound impact on those around you. This magnetism is both a blessing and a responsibility. It means that you must be mindful of the energy you project and the people you allow into your space. Your energy is powerful, and it must be protected. With great power comes great responsibility, and the most powerful chosen ones face challenges that others may never experience. These trials are not meant to break you, but to refine you, to shape you into the leader you are destined to become. As one of the most powerful chosen ones, you are a target for negative energies. Whether it's psychic attacks, energy drains, or unexplained setbacks, you are constantly engaged in a battle between light and dark forces. The more you shine, the more darkness will try to dim your light. However, you are always protected. Your spiritual power is greater than any force that seeks to oppose you. This constant warfare can be exhausting, but it is a sign of your strength. You are a warrior of light, and your battles are not in vain. They are preparing you for your ultimate mission. Even among other chosen ones, you may feel like an outsider. Your experiences are different, your understanding is deeper, and your perspective is often far beyond what others can grasp. This can lead to feelings of isolation communicating your thoughts and visions to those who are not yet on your level. This sense of being misunderstood is common among the most powerful chosen ones. It is a reflection of your unique path and your higher level of consciousness. While it can be lonely at times, it is also a reminder that you are walking.
Nostradamus was a stargazer. He had a passion for celestial mysteries, and he used them to build a structure of the repetitions of history using astrology.
With the death of Queen Elizabeth, the Pope's abdication, the age of the Antichrist, the terrifying rise of AI, and nations becoming aggressive and bringing each other down, what is mentioned in the Bible is almost once again suggested. The accuracy of his predictions surprised the world. He is Nostradamus, the 16th century French astrologer. The more time passes, the more Nostradamus's prophecy is confirmed. Don't miss our detailed video on Nostradamus's prophecies for 2025. Join us as we reveal the top 10 prophecies that Nostradamus has predicted gonna be fulfilled soon, and how they can change our future. The change in the leadership of the Catholic Church leadership. According to his 1555 text, Les Prophéties, or what we can call the prophecies, this year brings continued global strife, including the war on the seas, royal turmoil, and humanitarian disaster. According to Nostradamus, we could be facing a year that could mean the farewell to Pope Francis, who at 87 years of age in 2025 has already gone through several health problems. The Pope had...
They're worried about making their rent, about being able to afford groceries. How do you tell someone like that, hey, if you put X percentage away,
it continues to get worse. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm putting it to something on the show today. Fonnie Willis, this is the greatest gift to the MAGA movement since, like, the elephant or something? Or the Republican Party in general? What the hell was that yesterday? What was it? Listen, I'm sorry. Our viewership was down a little bit despite yesterday's show being a banger. And let me tell you something. I get it. I'm with you. Totally get it. I was watching that yesterday for 2 to 3 hours, riveted, glued to the TV like freaking Gorilla Glue. Like, I can't get away. What the hell is going on here? I got that a ton of stuff to talk about today. Let me get right to it. Today's show brought to you by our friends at 120 Life. Do you know studies that show that high blood pressure is the #1 risk factor for mortality? Points. You're telling me a DC Metro car drove by this bomb, right by it. The spare limo, the Suburban, but we call it, the spare limo drove by it. The limo with the protectee, they all have agents in them, drove by it. The follow-up, which has a crew.
What is the best way to control and subjugate a population? It's to brainwash them, leading them into a state of learned helplessness and making them believe they are at the mercy of external circumstances. A person who does not believe in themselves and the possibility of transformation would do anything to obey the rules imposed by authorities. This is how the insidious mechanism of our society works, a complex web of lies, manipulation, and failed indoctrination. There is a divine spark within you, deeply buried due to all the social conditioning you have received over the years. Since you are not aware of your importance and innate power, you have been living a rather mediocre life, haven't you? But not all is lost, there is still hope for you. Deep within the structure of your brain, there exists a small yet powerful gland that can help you transcend the source of all that exists. It can help you renew and reestablish your spiritual connection with your higher self. So, are you ready to use this fascinating knowledge and awaken the Christic consciousness?
Civilization is the work of man, high-handedly and ignorant of the workings of nature, has created a world without meaning or foundation, which now threatens to destroy him. For through his behavior and his activities, he, who should be her master, has disturbed nature's inherent unity. Even in my earliest youth, my fondest desire was to understand nature and look at you, investing like you found the jewel.
Here it is, the light frequency no one saw coming. And it's not here just to uplift you, it's here to shake you. What if I told you that this frequency is so potent, so raw, that it's not just illuminating the world, but forcing out every dark corner hidden within it? Imagine a light so intense that it pulls out the deepest shadows within you, like it's ripping the band-aid off of every buried hurt and unresolved memory. It's hitting hard and it's unfiltered. This is no gradual shift. It's a full-force purging, surfacing what's been ignored or avoided. And now, there's nowhere left for those shadows to hide. So the question is, are we ready to face what it brings? When darkness meets this frequency, there's nowhere left to hide. This light...
Hello, friends of the truth. Contact happening now. They're here. They have always been here, but they are now ready for contact. For those who have an open mind, loving heart, and pure intent, they are a thought away. There have been sightings around military bases increasing exponentially. It is part of a multidimensional plan to liberate Earth. There are forces, seen and unseen, involved, beyond our ability to remove, that have been at war with humanity for thousands of years, that have been behind every pain and suffering of humanity. It's time to grow up. You no longer have the luxury of denial. Whistleblowers are coming forward in every agency, including SSP Secret Space Fleet, speaking about harvesting humans and abducting them as slaves. This is also replete within the upper echelons of many of your institutions. Most people cannot handle the depth of corruption and depravity. Satanic Luciferian forces within the global elite have taken control of almost every institution. This is being rectified with help on high. The reason everything is looking like theater is because it is. Many of these leaders have already been dealt with. What you are seeing are actors, masks, and CGI, for the most part, in an attempt to woke up the socially engineered brain, washed masses. Many of the socially engineered luck, critical thinking, bossy logic, and a research imparted. They suffer from cognitive dissonance, while others are morally impaired to the point they are no longer redeemable. Hard lessons are coming for them. Universal law is coming. Gesara, what was once Nasara, is being enforced. It was always in place since the Clinton era, yet now it will be implemented. There will be some chaos during this process. Prepare for it.
Let's go up.
I'm live. I'm still live. Pushed the wrong button a while back. Well, here I am. I'm still live. Jamie's here. Testing. Yes. This one has her no fear, only love. Yes. Yep. This right here It's a frequency of 7,770 hertz. This will clean out your pineal gland, right? I don't know what you've heard in the last 15 minutes, but anyway. I did an earlier show talking about how I met Neil Curtis in New York City and how I sparked xenons to life and how I took a road trip on the Gray Rabbit with Lester and the gang and the 18 semi-clad European underwear models to go all the way from New York to San Francisco to meet back with my sweet Donna Ann and her best friend from England, Yvonne. And Neil was from England also, but he moved to Australia to work on secret projects at Pine Gap. Not he, but his dad. And Yvonne's dad was a rocket scientist who went and worked at Area 51 on secret projects. So these two kids had a lot in common. And there was the comic relief of Tony, the albino Filipino calypso dancer. And our stay in San Francisco for about 6 months. And I left off with us, easing up on spending the money. And I went and got a job, and Don was doing her Don things in California, hanging with Yvonne. We helped Yvonne buy a house over there on the other side of the bay. Not, the Golden Gate Bridge side, but the other bridge, right? The big metal bridge. And so it was fun. And I feel that, whoa, yes. Frequencies are it, And you don't even have to hear them. You just visualize them, right? So, I found this little sonic generator, so it's cleaning your pineal gland, which is right about here. And it's the gland you need to deal with the changes that are all around us. And these changes have been around us since the beginning. And in the beginning, right? Been on a loop. And we think time is linear, but it's not. It's a loop, right? And we keep having this life over and over again. Boop, boop. There's the noisy box. I used to have one of those. So you timed out so you can come have some good food. I said you've timed out so you can come and have some good food.
That's absolutely right.
How often do you eat here?
As often as I can.
Yeah, me too. I just happen to live on the other side of the universe, so.
Yeah. See, that's the way we are.
And since that road, it used to only take me, 30 minutes to drive. Now, since 321 is gone, it takes me almost an hour and a half.
It is worth it, though. I can see.
I have to do a lot of other things. Get my mail, go to the bank, do some shopping.
Make it worth it.
Yeah, I can't just come here.
I understand it.
So, what, do you have any interesting? I used to do your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had a really gorgeous partner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't.
I know.
I didn't get lucky with that.
I was in a firehouse. I lived across the street from it, and I'm so dull that I didn't realize it was a firehouse. And I saw these pretty girls going in there, and I went over and said, "Girls, what's going on here?" "Oh, this is a firehouse." And it was like 30 women, around 30 to 25, and 2 guys. I said, "I'll join."
Yeah, that's why I joined. Yeah. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it's in your dreams. But
I haven't been in the fire truck yet.
But if you, I I lived across the street, so they trained me first to drive the tanker. And then I went to school for that, and they said, well, do you want to learn how to do this? I said, sure. You want to learn how to do it? Sure. I just stayed there for about a month and became an EMT, and then I was in Cornell, so they have an amazing critical care thing. So I took all their courses, and so I became a surgical EMT, a guy who can hook you up to a machine, a guy who can put lines in airways. You do airways?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's common nature. Now this is
we have EMTs, advanced EMTs, paramedics, and critical care paramedics.
right.
We can do just about anything the ER can do almost.
Yeah, we were the same, and we were so close to that place that was amazing that we had a good rate. But EMTs have only been around since the 80s.
Oh yeah, they haven't been here long.
I mean, cops used to just throw people in their car and boom, 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 boom.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty young field, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, we're gonna eat.
Well, thanks for everything you guys do.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, baby. Yep, I've had fascinating meetings with a remarkable man. Bill blows tails, right? Gurdjieff, Ouspensky, those guys. Me too, brother. But meeting the master is the most miraculous. I mean, of course, we are just adepts, But, the master is everywhere. In this tune right here, the master is here, right? And we just have to get out of the way, is the bottom line, right? And so it's a beautiful day. I mean, I don't worry about anything, I stay in the flow. That whole thing about black holes and that guy, that physics, physics has been stuck in string theory, which is a useless, just, a 3-card Monty. So we don't go anywhere. So we don't really learn what's going on. And one of the most amazing physics is that when they did that experiment, when they were shooting electrons through a medium that they could only go through one small path, and then it kind of split them in two, and so it went through 2 paths. And when it threw to 2 paths, if you were observing it, it acted like a particle. If you weren't observing it, it acted like a wave. And being a wave, it basically was enabling the whole universe to be part of you, right? And for the master to be there. The master is the wave, right? And that's, we have all these really interesting little, hey, look at this, but the power structure of the oppressor, which is darkness, but you have to realize, light and dark are just, twins, and in the yin-yang symbol, the circle of divinity, and the swoop of the flow, the wave, one side's black, one side's white. Inside the black is a white dot. Inside the white dot, there's a black dot. And what is that? So that is divinity and the master, the wave that we ride on, and the light and dark, which are the twins of experience, and the 2 dots in each are chaos, which is the power of change. And when you just go with the flow, change is simple and easy and inevitable, pretty much. Let's see, I don't mean bring you to tears, man. The presence of that love, the very being of all. I know, it's something, too much love. There's never too much love, there is none. It's like you have to be that doula, the slave of that love. You have to totally, not just immerse yourself, but be it, right? And you're conscious, I consciously say, consciously say, co-creation with love's co-creation, consciously intent, right? Our intent needs to be on love's co-creation, right? And then then the flow is here. Then this 770 vibration means something. Most people who hear this, it's just, oh, that's kind of fun, that's kind of nice, that's nice background. But no, this is a cleansing dynamic of your pineal gland, your third eye, the spiritual connective tissue of your higher self into this experience. So you realize, oh Lord, I've done this before, And I can actually enamor change within this thing that I've done before. I don't have to do the same thing over and over and over. And Johnny Boy he's the example of that thing over and over and over. So that was yummy, wasn't it? Woo! Did you have it hot or just yummy? Yeah. What did you have? Oh yeah, I'm a very simple. I get soup and the fried wonton. Yes, it's simple. Yeah, wonton soup and what? So I've eaten
everything on the menu up there.
Well, over the years, yes, but not all at once. You need to be able to enjoy that one thing to its totality.
If I can enjoy it anymore, I don't think I can stand it.
Well, that's a good way to go out. Stay well, be safe. And Jesus, he was reincarnated over and over and over. He didn't get to be that, and he just started out. And in the beginning, there was Jesus. What do you guys do? Anyway, that was yummy. I'm going forth from here to the community center check-in. So where do you work?
We work for FEMA.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Where you guys out of?
Well, we've been in Washington County on the Nola Chucky, but now we're moved over here to Johnson City, but we're all staying in Johnson County.
Right.
We're staying in Johnson City.
Right.
Yep.
Well, have you checked out ETSU?
What about it?
Well, they're a great university, and they're a great, so where is your base camp?
Well, we have
Where do you come from?
Well, I'm a reservist. I come from Alabama, California, and Washington, D.C.
Okay, so if you really wanted to know what was going on and what the whole context of this area is ETSU, right? Go talk to them. I used to be what is known as a psychosocial cultural forensic anthropologist. I used to work for FEMA making protocols on how to do your job back in the 90s and early 00s. So I know who you guys are.
Well, let me kind of give you a real short summary. Is once the state declares a disaster, asks the president for federal help, and it's declared a federal disaster, we come.
Right.
And we touch base in all the affected counties that are declared under the declaration. We touch base with their county commissioner and the county emergency management.
I know the protocol, but the problem is the problem is politics always gets involved.
Well, we're trying to help people. That's all I want is help people.
But politics always gets involved, and what's truly amazing about this event is that it didn't hit everybody, But where it did hit, it like over in Elks Mills, it wiped it off the face of the earth. Irwin, off the face of the earth.
We've been there.
Right? And so the people who know what is needed and what they want and can use are the churches first of every denomination, right? But you go past them and you like around here, like 321, right? I was at church up there and we were having to go flag down tractor trailers so they wouldn't go into 321. The cops weren't there for 6 days. No one put up that barrier there. We had to put our cars up there, and trucks still tried to. It was like bizarre. Right. So, but the churches came through. That church, Little Milligan and Little Milligan School, we had over 300 churches from all over the country.
Yeah.
I mean, we filled that whole skill. That place has, I don't know, 20,000 square feet. We filled it up with stuff, and we didn't keep it. We sent it out on 4x4s and 2x2s and side by side. Right. And so.
Well, good for you. Yeah, we're trying to help people.
Yeah. But like I said, I know you guys really well. Because like I said, I did all these studies on all of this preparedness because we were heading towards Y2K in the year 2000, blah, blah, blah. And I knew that was a red herring.
And I can remember your title, but
psychosocial, cultural, forensic anthropologist. And all those ologies, none of them work. None of them work unless you use them all. You need to understand someone's psychology, which is the window they're looking at. You got to know what they're doing, what job there is, blah, blah, blah. They should be part of the conversation. But I'll let you go. Psychosocial, cultural, forensic anthropologist. Here. Here. Let's see your palm. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's see your palm. They had you right one. Put it up like that. So you're honest as days long. You're a little passive-aggressive. Let's see, a lot of deja vu. Common sense. Empathy, which is good for your job. Really vivid dreams. And you should use your phone. You wake up and go, what's that about? And then your feet hit the ground, gone, right? But if you had your phone, hit the record, and you go, I just had a dream about blah, 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 right? Now it's on the phone. You go back and listen to it anytime you want. And your brain unspirals it. People go, you got to write that dream down. You can't. They're part of your brain. But your dreams come straight out of your mouth. And once you set it up, I just had a dream about, and it goes down on this thing, then you write it down. And when you write shit down, it's to understand, not to remember. So you'll hear that, you got the dream on this, you listen to it, and you write it and go, wow, that's why I did that. Wow, that's what just happened. I won't do that again. And that's what a shrink does. And we get paid money. And I would just, when I was a shrink, I would just take a tape recorder. They didn't have these in those days. And record, put it by your bed and record it. And my boss would always say, you got to stop doing that. You're these people out the door in 5 visits, and we want to keep them here 20 years. So that's why I then went and did this. So I went to school long enough because I did all this research. Like I was telling him, in the 80s and 90s, I worked for people like Bechtel and Rockefeller and other folk like that to make and study protocols of what you do. Yeah. Because they were thinking about FEMA and what they were going to do and how they were going to do it. And they knew there was going to be issues. So I just went around and talked to people. So let's see your palm. They hand you right. Yeah. So you're a complicated guy.
Oh, shit.
And you're like the push me, pull you, right?
Al, don't scare them away.
I know, I'm not scaring them away. I'm not scaring them away.
Don't stop them now.
I keep bringing better clients. So anyway, so you're definitely here on a mission. And so you both are passive aggressive, but in a way, it's not like you get even. It's just, it's a lesson. It's like your cross you're bearing, because in what you do, you really have to learn how to be patient. And it's really tough because it's an emergency and it's like, oh my God, I got to do it. No, you got to like step back like this and get the picture of what really is going on. Because if you're really this close to it, right. You too have vivid dreams. Really smart, ridiculously. You were what my first wife called me, stupid smart. I mean, you're so smart, you act stupid so people don't ask you to do shit, yeah? And you are very empathetic. You're excellent at getting to the job. He's an old guy, so he has to take some longer to wind up. So you're next.
Okay.
Let's see. Now you got to watch out for this girl.
Oh,
She gets even. Ridiculously honest. You need to learn diplomacy, and that's what you want to be. You know, that's really kind of what you also are here on a mission. A lot of healing in your hand. You ever think of being a shrink or a psychosocial cultural forensic anthropologist?
Talk to my friends and family like I know something.
Right. Well, that's what a psychosocial. So you're really smart, but you're very intensely smart.
Intensely smart.
Yeah, meaning you've gone to school a lot, and you've learned how to play school.
Oh, for sure.
Not play like.
Oh, I'm a prince.
No, but play it to your side. And so you're good as a diplomat. So you have to be patient, and you have a tremendous amount of empathy. You have to lean into it. You see what needs to be done. They're not doing it. Why aren't they doing it? Why isn't it happening? Again, you said just to stand this far back. You got to stand over there. Instead of talking to everyone like from on high, you just pick the people who are either the obstructionists or the ones who are really the people who make things happen. Yeah.
That was kind of spot on. I do believe it.
You gotta give that up. You gotta give that up. And come get more of these students and you'll be able to do that. So, you're from California. Yeah. You're from
DC.
I worked for the library of Congress, like in the 70s.
Okay.
And that was fun. I just love libraries. And so, and DC was a great town then. Still is a great town.
It's a little different now.
Yeah. It's got a bunch of bumps and bruises. But it was more live and let live. 70s were, I mean, everyone was poor.
I agree. 70s were the best. It's the best decade of it. Right?
I mean, the music, you know, he was kissing it on every level they got. Yeah. And so DC was great because of the diversity. It was a tourist town. It was a government town. You can get a job. Well, that's going out the window. But that's a good thing because we're dying comfortable. So you guys are you're a place where you are there where it's going to die, and then when it's going to be born, you have the real opportunity to make something better. Yeah.
We're watching it die.
Well, we see it's been dying since 1776. It's
true.
Yeah, rip off your clothes. Anyway, so what time is it? Okay, it's time to move on. I left my little gems of wisdom. And there's still one person left. So before I can, I have to disconnect cleanly so it'll go up. So this was fun. This was good. I I love you guys. I'm going to come back on one more time. I'm going to go up to the community center, check them out.